Hey there everybody, it's Lynnea, and I'm here with a project as part of the spreadjoynotgerms blog hop. This hop is a bunch of companies and a bunch of bloggers all coming together using some of our favorite products to inspire and to create and spread joy. There's a lot of craziness happening in the world right now, and a lot of us can kind of get bogged down in that. So we just thought that we would come together and do what we love to do and just craft. So my card today, I'm using products from some of my favorite companies. I'll be using InkOn3, Pink and Main, and right now you see me using some ThermOWeb products as well. So let's start off with what I have going on right now. I have the Pink and Main petal stencil, which I sprayed lightly with some pixie spray. That's my favorite way to adhere stencils onto cardstock. I tacked that down onto some heavyweight white cardstock, and I used a stencil pal to spread on some gold glitz glitter gel from Gina K Designs and ThermOWeb. And check that out. So much texture, so much glitter and shine. And I'm going to set that aside to dry. Only takes about 30 minutes, so it'll be done by the time I'm ready to complete my project. Now I have an A2 sized card here. I'm going to be creating a fun trifold card. So I'm going to put this in my MISTI along with this butterfly background stamp from Pink and Main. So when I put this card into my MISTI, I'm going to make sure that it's backwards. The fold is on the right. And that's because this is going to be the inside part of my trifold card. I'm using some adhesive on the back of this card so that I can easily put this into my MISTI. What I like to do is add the background stamp onto the door of my MISTI, place my card, which by the way, remember it is backwards, the fold is on the right, and then I'll put that onto my background stamp, add some adhesive, and then when I close the door of my MISTI, my card will be stuck down onto my grid mat there. I'm going to be embossing this image, so I'm using InkOn3 embossing ink and Gold Rush embossing powder. This is new powder to me. You can see I'm opening the container for the first time, and this gold is so shiny and so pretty. It's a perfect gold color, and I really love it. This is definitely going to be a staple in my craft room. So I'm just sprinkling that on over top of my heat embossed image, and then I'll heat set that. I also stamped out the outline butterfly image from the You Can Fly stamp set from Pink and Main, and I stamped that with the InkOn3 embossing ink and embossed it with the same Gold Rush powder so it would match my heat embossed background. Now I'm going to be doing some ink blending. Use any inks that you have on hand, but I happen to have and love the Atelier inks from InkOn3. These blend so beautifully. They are super pigmented and almost, I don't want to say chalky because they don't have a chalky finish, but they are super smooth, more like a pigment ink than a dye ink. And I mean, I'm not doing any work at all to blend these colors together. They're doing all the work for me because they are so smooth and so thick. They're so gorgeous. I'm starting off with the Maryland Red, and then the Marigold Orange, and then Bee Sting. And I'm going to blend those three colors onto this heat embossed butterfly image from the You Can Fly stamp set from Pink and Main. My other three colors of the rainbow, I'm going to be blending onto this butterfly background heat embossed image. Now remember when I said to make sure you keep that fold on the right? I didn't. I messed up. So I'm going to show you a way to fix that later, because what I wanted to have was a Roy G. Biv color going from the top of the butterfly with red, orange, and yellow. And then on this heat embossed background panel, I wanted to have green at the top, blue in the middle, purple at the bottom. But remember that because I'm making a trifold card, this is actually going to go into my card backwards. So the way that I have it now, the purple is going to be at the top, the blue will be in the middle, and green will be at the bottom. You could definitely leave it this way. In fact, I thought about leaving it this way, but when I started to assemble my card together, I just didn't like it, the way that the rainbow wasn't flowing the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to show you a way to fix that in a little bit. For now, though, I am using the You Can Fly die set to cut out this beautifully ink blended and gold embossed butterfly. Once I have that, I'm going to show you my idea for my card. So like I said, a trifold card. So I basically have two side folding A2 cards that I'm going to just be placing inside of each other. I cut off 2 1/8 inches off of the front flap of one of them so that I can have this butterfly overlaying that blended background. And now you can see this is where I messed up because I put that card in, I blended upside down. No problem, I'm just going to chop it off and I'll adhere it onto the front of another card. So there you go, it's all fixed. Now to assemble the card base together, I'm going to add liquid adhesive to the back of the card where I did that butterfly embossing. And then I will place that inside of the card where I chopped off 2 1/8 inches off of that front left flap. And that's going to give me this fun trifold design. You could use tape runner adhesive. I'm using iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive because it'll give me some wiggle room, but this glue dries so strong. Let's go back to that gold glitz glitter gel stenciled background that I did for the first step. I'm going to trim this so that it measures 2 1/8 inches wide. So I'm just going to take that in my paper trimmer and just trim off a little bit off the left and most of it off the right because I wanted to have this pattern kind of flowing out from the left side. So I had that center point of the stencil on my left border. I'm going to add that onto my front card flap with some iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive. And then I'm going to add this butterfly onto the left side of my panel. Now you want to make sure though that you only add adhesive onto the left side of the butterfly. That way it just sticks to the left, that little half flap there, and it doesn't actually glue the card completely shut. And that's going to be how I finish off my trifold card. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Down in the video description, I will leave a link to the next blog in the hop, and you can head over to my blog to get lots more information about this blog hop and about this card and see lots of photos and product links to where I got some of these products. And remember, this blog hop is all about spreading joy. I really encourage you to make a card that makes you happy using the products that you love. Thank you for watching. I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!